So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up my thermal camera to record down towards the lake. See if anything walks in tonight. So I'm going to turn this sucker on now and just let it run until either memory's full or the battery dies. So plus it'll give me a good test to see how long the battery lasts and how much I can actually record. I'm using a ATN thermal. I'll go into more detail about the camera later on, but that's what I'm using, and sun's setting quick, so I gotta hurry up. It's recording. So I left the thermal running all night long, watching the backside of this small lake. I went back to camp, hung out there, eventually went to bed, and the thermal ran all night long. It recorded a little over 10 hours of video before the battery died, which I'm very impressed with, even with the temperatures getting down, and even the fog moved in around this time frame, which in this video that you're watching right now, you'll see the fog eventually roll right in, which is kind of cool looking. But during this whole time up to this point, nothing ever walked in. No deer, no coyotes, no birds, nothing. And it was, kind of boring watching, 6 hours of absolutely nothing. But then something happened. So I'm going to speed up the video so you guys don't have to watch the whole entire several hours of video. So I'm just going to speed it up a little to get to the action. So you can see the fog is slowly moving in, which is kind of cool that the thermal captured that. So 8 hours into the video, something catches my attention. It's going to appear in the right hand corner. This is around 2:15 in the morning, somewhere in that around that time frame. A figure will appear exactly where this arrow is about to appear. Just keep an eye on that one spot. So it appears that a figure has come out of the tree line on the backside there, and it appears to be upright. What's interesting about this lake is the road dead ends right at the lake. There are no other roads back there. There's no hiking trails, no nothing, and this is 2 o'clock in the morning. So this individual comes out and kind of just walks back and forth a little bit. Definitely appears to be upright and moving pretty easy. Here's a zoomed in shot of it. It's pixelated, I know, but at the range, not much I can do with it. It was definitely several hundred yards out. But it definitely appears to be upright and giving off heat and walking around. So you can see this figure just kind of stands around there. Um, it'll start walking around again here in a minute. But what's interesting is how smooth it's walking. I mean, it definitely appears to be upright, and it's walking fairly smooth and quickly when it does start walking. And this area is basically like a bog. I mean, there's deep mud. There's still patches of deep water there, but it seems to be walking fairly smoothly and with ease. It's going to continue walking to the right until it's out of frame. And this is where I'm going to speed up the video just for a couple seconds until it walks back in. So it slowly comes back into frame on the far right side there. It'll walk out a little bit and then it'll stop. Now I don't know why it's just walking back and forth, and I don't even know if this is a possible Sasquatch. Could it be a random person walking out there? It sure could. But like I said, this is 2 o'clock in the morning, no roads, no trails out there, so whoever this individual is seems to be navigating it just fine. Now I want you guys to keep an eye on this next spot right here. The arrow is going to pop up. Watch that spot because another figure is about to walk out right there. So now we have two individuals that just magically came out of the tree line. So I'm going to speed up the video again just a little bit. So I'm just going to let you guys watch these two individuals walk back and forth and do their thing. I am going to be speeding up the video a little bit because if I don't, this video will turn into several hours of just what you're watching right now. So for time's sake, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Now I just zoomed in on the two individuals. Like I said, zooming in, they're pretty pixelated, but they do appear to be upright. They're definitely moving. So they're definitely a living creature of some sort, either human or maybe something else. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. So eventually, these two individuals kind of split ways. One on the left starts walking towards the left, and they both seem to just kind of disappear into the brush. And then they just kind of disappear for a while before they return. So eventually, the two come back together and regroup. Not sure where they went. I had audio recorders everywhere. Never heard them on the main road. Um, there was no knocks, no vocalizations, no nothing. Pretty quiet night. But yep, they seem to come back and join back up together. So I'm going to take a minute and zoom in on this guy right here. Um, just to see if we can get any more details out of him. So eventually, the two figures, head off, and they go back into the tree line, and we don't see them again on the rest of the thermal. So every so often, you'd see them walking around, and they just kind of like disappeared and then reappeared. I'm thinking because the grass is so tall, they're probably ducking down or dropping down on all fours. We did find a lot of holes dug out there, so maybe they're digging for something, something to eat. I don't know. Could explain why they keep disappearing like that every so often. But yeah, they eventually just turn and walk right into the tree line, and we don't see them again. So that last clip, we're going to zoom in a lot closer this time and see if we can't see any details as it walks away into the tree line. Seems to just stand there. Definitely looks upright. Could possibly just be checking its surroundings before heading back in. And then it walks into the tree line, walks around a tree, and then you see it walk off and disappear. Now I enhanced it a lot more here, added some color to it, so it's the same frame, just enhanced. Definitely looks like an upright figure for sure. Those could be two legs right there walking. Walks into the tree line, around a tree, and walks off. Yeah, that is what I captured on thermal that night. So what do you guys think? Think we have something here? I mean, it's really hard to say what this could be. Um, the rational side of my brain is saying it was hunting season. This could be, a couple hunters who are hunting 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But like I said, I had audio recorders everywhere. No one drove in. No one walked in. There's no voices. There's no nothing. There's no gunshots. Absolutely nothing. And these individuals seem to be seeing just fine in the dark on a foggy night, walking through a swampy, muddy, deep water area. So I don't know. But you guys do know what this means. I'm going to have to go back out there and set up the thermal and do a complete recreation of this thing, because I want to know how tall they are and what they are. So in the next video, guys, I'll see you out there at the lake.